Greetings all. Why? Greetings all. Beautiful day. Well, that can change in a minute. I mean, look at that. When I came out, it was those dark clouds were over here. You can see those ones are drifting west. Anyway, you're seeing all the things happening in the world, and it seems like everything is in chaos. And to some degree, it is. There's always we're always living in some kind of state of chaos. But people like to think it's by design. But the world has an order. When things swing in one direction, it doesn't come to a stop. It is dynamic. If you watch a tree, when the wind blows hard against it, it doesn't come back to the full upright position. It goes past the upright position and then goes back the other way. Same thing with the clock. Some time ago, you were hearing the stories about America being the superpower. And now you're hearing about the multipolar world. Cows. Oh, you own Blackman's. You own the whole of Blackman's now. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, you bought it. You forgot to tell me that you bought this now. Oh, it was supposed to be a surprise today. Oh, okay. Yeah, all this land, past that pink house down there. This used to be one plantation. All this back out to where you'd see what they call cabbage palm trees. Nevertheless, we were talking about the changing dynamics. You're hearing another wind. Another story about how the population of the earth is slowly dying off. And it's true to some extent. It's a natural die-off. And I always talk about the universe and that summer, winter, fall, spring, or should we say spring, summer, fall, and winter. The whole universe has it. And the earth has it. And the earth population goes through the same thing. You normally compare it to the powers on the earth, how America raised up from, well, it wasn't nothing, but let's call it the American Spring. And now we're in the fall years of America. It won't disappear, but the spring will come. And the same people who are in charge now won't be in charge. Same people won't be in charge. Different people will be in charge. The original people who were here are now pretty much gone. They are not coming back in numbers that they had before. And the new people will take over. In Africa, the same thing will happen. All across the world. But back to America. You hear about America saying that by 2050 the population dynamic will change, and instead of what you call a Caucasian, this is cherry. They call it cherry in Barbados. Wow, fall off the tree. Anyway, what they call a Caucasian, he will lose his rulership over. His numbers will be reduced. Oh, look at that. This never used to happen before. You have people will be using that to plant fertilizer. His numbers reduced. And what they call the Hispanic is be taken over. The DEI was supposed to change the employment dynamic, allowing other people to move into the workforce. The Caucasian will still be the richest, the most wealthy, but the AI will take over most of the operations that the poor people and the new generation will come in. World trade was being taken over by the Chinese. And America no longer had the capability, not building enough ships, China's building airplanes instead of Boeing. All right, man. So things were changing dynamically. That's not a good one, but that's
What's this one?
that's a cherry,
Cherry?
Barbados cherry. No, don't let her, cause I picked it off the ground.
Yeah, this one.
Right, so I throw it away. But that's an example of when you squeeze it, you will see it smells has a different smell to the regular cherry. Well, the one that we see in the store. But all these things were changing, and the whole thing was putting America in a position where it was no longer number one, and in some cases even number two or three. And one of the things that's happening, that people are looking at what Trump is doing, running around the world, being bombastic, and some people are taking him seriously and wondering what kind of fool he is, and some people are not taking him seriously and wondering what kind of fool he is. But there's a method to the madness now. If you throw the world into chaos, just maybe the leadership of this group of people who is trying to surpass America will make an error, and America will reestablish itself, and they're not going to allow. If China is an error, America's going to drop a bomb on it. If Russia makes an error, you can see America is already there probing in Ukraine. Not only in Ukraine, but all over the world. And the latest move is in Venezuela. And that, I mean, the war that was supposed to happen between Israel and Iran, second round, is being put on hold. But the dynamics are changing. Dynamics are changing. You know, you don't have one spoon in the pot. You got three people trying to make this soup, and everybody is adding their condiments. Somebody is going to taste when it finishes. It's going to either taste well, it never finishes, because the whole world is always changing. So when we come out of this cycle, say in 50 years, because the economic thing is about 50 years. Countries, superpowers, is about 250 to 300 years. Population wise, the ebb and flow is this is about 700 years, but depends on the weather pattern now, whether it will continue or whether it was go into the submissive mode like it is right now. But Trump is kind of like, you got a strong man and Trump is hitting him in the ankles and knees, trying to destroy the economy. And then when it falls, hoping that America will be able to rebuild faster. America doesn't have the capability of rebuilding faster. Because what's happening now is people are turning to China. We used to have in the past that all the young men who were capable, and that age group, say about 18 to 45, now it's 55 because the lifespan has been extended for much of the world. But those people used to flow into America and Europe, bringing their ideas there. Now it's going the opposite direction. China is flowing to Asia, and to some extent it's flowing into Africa. Just a trickle right now. And there's more outflow from Africa than there is from Africa. Going into Africa. But a lot of the Africans are no longer going west, they're going east. And Trump is helping that. So by the time the confusion that Trump creates settles down, if it can settle down, the people with the knowledge and the ability and the strength to recreate the world won't be going to America. America won't be able to rebuild because that knowledge base that they've always depended on, those people who got educated in their country and then came and used their education in America for free, will be gone. So people are not talking about that. Not even America is thinking about that. More. America is thinking that we have the military power, we have the capability to do anything we want. We still have it, but it's not. Everything is changing. When you see the changes, don't look at it as being confusion. Separate, as they say, the wheat from the chaff. And today, the world's in chaos. According to the preachers, they're using the Bible and say, in this day, every man's mother against daughter and husband against wife and all. But where are you seeing this? Where is you seeing that particular dynamic? Not in the rest of the world. In the world where the Caucasian rules, you're seeing it. Right? You see the children who are not able to tell whether they're male or female. Where? Only in one part of the world, the Western-led world. So as things change, don't look at it as being, crisis is being created with the hope that in the end, the crisis is going to benefit people who are creating it. This is the European. But it's not. what you're hearing from me should give you an opportunity to prepare for what's happening, for what's going to happen, how it's going to end. Good morning. All right. Yeah, I'm okay. Nice, cool day. All right, you too, man. Thanks. But we're headed in some turbulent time. But even though there's turbulence, you look at the ocean when the ship is sailing across it. Even though it's rough, the ship still gets to its destination. Yes, there's some who are lost. Lots of ships get lost over a period of time. But guess what? The majority of those ships get to their destination because the captain and the crew that's guiding the ship knows what to do to avoid going under. And if you have the knowledge of that captain to avoid going under, you will not go under. If you use it, use the knowledge of what you see. Like, wherever you heard it said that Trump is creating this chaos so that somebody can benefit from it. Not everybody is hearing the same story. I began this by telling you that. Not everybody is hearing this story. You got people in America who are upset now, crazy upset. The people who are on welfare upset. They threaten to go into Walmart and steal all they can. But they were warned about this. I mean, shoot, I've been on podcasts all over the internet, being a part of podcasts too, warning people about this. 2016, 17, 18, warning people that this is going to happen, even how it's going to happen. But now you see people, those are the people who are going to fail. And when they start failing, you're going to see like the situation we have now with people trying to create animosity between African Americans and Africans in the diaspora in Africa. But the funny thing is that the same division you have in Africa, you have in America and Brazil. The Caribbean people see themselves as Caribbean people. The Brazilian people see themselves as Brazilian and African. The black people in America see themselves as being American and African. So they take on some of the dynamics of the places where they are and the dynamics of where they came from. It still lingers. And those people, the majority of them don't understand what's going on, don't comprehend. They understand, yes, but they don't comprehend what's going on around them and seeing how this thing is going and how it's going to come out. And therefore, they're allowing their leadership, the black leadership that was given charge of them in whatever region they are, to play this game with their minds. Just like how you see African governments in every African state playing with the Africans in Africa. You got the black leadership in America, and Caribbean, South America, and Central America doing the same thing. Creating chaos for somebody else to keep their people from getting knowledge and preparing for this thing that's about to come on them, or that is on them right now, and learning how to survive. During what they call the physical slavery, that pressure that was on the slaves, they all, except for the house people, were all together, cohesive, shared everything, and they survived slavery. That's how they survived slavery. People keep looking for something external force. They look at God and that thing you call, I'm not going to go into that subject, but that cohesiveness of sharing everything is what saved them in slavery. Word of mouth from how the master is doing one plantation to the next and what they're doing spread all across. It's like they had their own wire service. Whatever happened in one location is told to another location. And whatever the slaves in that location did got passed on and shared to all the plantations. So every move that the master made, they were able to make a counter move that would help them save themselves, a majority of themselves. There were some who died, got hurt, but the majority was saved. But you got now a system where the plantation owner got some of the black people stirring up trouble between each other in the plantation. And they're using everything, here in America, we are different from, yeah, you are. There are some things that you endure in America that people in the Caribbean endure, and vice versa. But if you let that be a wall between you, both are gonna die. Take my word for it. You can say what you want about me, go right ahead. But I'm gonna watch you die. And then I'm gonna tell you, I told you so. I got the evidence. Go ahead. Go ahead. This is about evidence. You're gonna get judged by the foolishness. If you look around you today, you'll see the divorce rate among black people, the marriage rate, children. Look at our society, how it's suffering. You think that this is good? That's a judgment right now. You're not going to heaven and foolishness, please. You're being judged and you're being punished right now. So you can continue that foolishness or you can end it. Peace.